At IHM VCU, we've always been here for you. You are and always will be our top priority. We care about your financial health, and we are here. IHM VCU is a proud supporter of WQPT.
The future. That's where our minds are at Western Illinois University Quad Cities. We are innovators searching for something new outside of the textbooks. Dog-loving, leadership-driven, world-changing. Whether you choose to study on campus or online, your future is designed on your terms. Start your future at wiu.edu/QC.
Public Affairs programming on WQPT is brought to you by the Sing Group at Merrill, serving the wealth management needs of clients in the region for over 35 years.
Celebrating the legalization of cannabis and unlocking the hidden and not so hidden author in you in the cities. Four years ago, Illinois became the first state to legalize marijuana by an act of the legislature. And since 2020, lawmakers have taken various actions to help grow the industry, control the use of marijuana, and penalize those who are still breaking the law regarding this drug. Right now, the state has 202 adult-use cannabis distributors, and in May, the governor issued another round of approvals for an additional 35 conditional-use licenses. In a few days, the cities will celebrate the hemp industry and marijuana legalization with the first ever Tree09 Festival. It'll be held at the Rust Belt in East Moline Friday, June 28th and Saturday, the 29th. And one of the organizers, Heather Dabbas, owner of Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, joined us with details. The Tree09 Festival, it is coming up on June 28th and 29th. I mean, you've been working on this. Where did the idea come from? Why are you doing this?
Larry Anderson and I discussed something to bring people to the city of East Moline. And so this is something different that hasn't been done in the area, different bands than we usually get, and a festival about cannabis with it. So that's where it came from.
It all makes sense, yeah.
Yes.
Well, and tell me about, because we're seeing the cannabis industry not only thrive, but I mean, they're trying to manage what could be explosive growth in the state.
Yes.
Are you seeing that?
Explosive growth?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I think the more people get used to it, the less taboo it becomes, the more people use it, the less companies are testing for it. And yeah, it's really just exploding.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is kind of a celebration of that?
Yes. I think so.
How is it? Because let's be honest, we were talking about the fact that you are working very closely with East Moline Police, because there is a fine line between what's legal and what's not legal.
Yes, that's right. We are working closely with them to make sure the festival goes off without a hitch and that we don't get shut down. There are laws that we're going to follow, though it is a festival about bringing information, bringing people together, showcasing products of the industry.
And there's a lot of different products.
Yes.
Yeah.
I make a living off selling those products in my other business, and evidence of the growth of the marijuana industry, I think, can be seen anytime you drive down the street. You're lucky to make it 3 blocks without seeing a smoke shop.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about the bands that are going to be performing at the festival, because like you said, you wanted to bring some music that isn't necessarily heard in the Quad Cities every day.
So there's a big electronic vibe to what we're doing.
Okay.
Chromio's coming in doing a DJ set. We have Girl Talk. He does a lot of mashups. I'm pretty excited to see him. Waka Flocka Flame has a little, obviously, his hip hop side. Mm-hmm. We're trying to bring some energy and something different.
Yeah, and I know that you also were bringing some reggae in as well.
Yes,
I like the smile
reggae,
that you have, because you do. Yeah, exactly. So
reggae is my thing.
So tell me who you have in that genre.
This year we have Tropidelic. They're one of our headliners. And then we have One Two Trees and Rude Punch locally. Next year, hopefully we have some more sprinkled in there.
This is something that you're hoping to do year after year after year.
Yes.
How are you going to measure success this year? Because it's more than just how many people show up. I mean, that's financially so important. But what else? I mean, you do want to get a message out there.
Yeah, and I think if everybody comes together and has a good time and we lose that, more people smoke than what I think a lot of people want to realize. The demographic that we get in the shop is everywhere, all the way up to age 90. And people young enough that they're trying to get in that can't get in. So I think a lot of people do. And I think this is just a chance to bring everybody together and have a good time. And as long as everything goes smooth, we will do it again.
You have been an advocate of medical marijuana for quite some time because you have a personal story involving that. I mean, it really has helped in some ways your family.
Yes. I have a daughter who had seizures after she was born, and it's something I did a lot of research in. We went to the state of Colorado, thought about moving there.
So many people did.
Yes, that was what a lot of people were doing because we didn't have the options. I live in the state of Iowa. We don't have those options there at the time. Now I don't really need it. So we're still in the state of Iowa, and we opened our stores, and now I'm here.
Yeah, so tell me about, because you're seeing this sea change in legislation. I mean, first, all types of marijuana banned, and then all of a sudden medical marijuana and the concept that it helps, as you said, seizures, as well as some other medical conditions. And then you're seeing the legalization of recreational marijuana state by state, not nationwide yet. Tell me the importance of medical marijuana.
Oh, I think there's a lot of illnesses or conditions that can benefit from it. It's good for pain, and there's not really the side effects that you're going to see with a lot of other pharmaceuticals.
Because when you say that you're seeing people that may be in their 70s or 80s or 90s, a lot of times it is for a pain regulation, pain medication.
Yes. Glaucoma is another one I believe that it's used for. Cancer.
We were talking a little bit about the fact that the laws have changed. You want to see them change more.
I think it should be fully legal everywhere federally to not have an issue like we do now. Personally, I don't think it's anything worse than drinking. I think it's better. We all have our own opinion on it, but that's where mine sits.
So at this festival, like we were saying, you're going to be dealing with East Moline Police. You've got certain areas for smoking. You have age limits for people who are coming in. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing to make sure that you're above the law.
21 plus, of course. And then there's regulations that we don't have a dispensary license at the festival, so we will not be selling any goods. We're not giving samples for people to take home. That's not allowed either. We will be showcasing the products and showing what they have. And I'm not really sure until we have our next meeting exactly how everything is going to work out, but we're going to make sure that we're within the constraints of the law and still are able to have a good time.
What has been the reaction so far? I mean, are people going, oh, you can't do this? Or are you pretty happy with the response?
I think people are excited about it. Everybody I talk to, we have over 35 vendors showing up. Some of them come from the smoke shop industry. Some of them are local businesses. They're all very excited to be a part of it. So I hear it in everybody's voice. When I've gone around and I'm posting flyers in bars to help spread awareness, everybody I talk to is really excited. And of course, you have a few people that are questioning whether or not it's real and it's going to happen, but it is. Well,
and you've got also the stigma about whether or not it is correct, morally right, or even legally right. And I think in a way what you're trying to do, and I hate to put words in your mouth, but you're trying to get rid of that stigma.
Yes.
How?
I think just awareness of maybe if we're not looked at differently. I mean, I have businesses, I have kids, I abide by the law, I do the things I'm supposed to, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's everyday people, and it's time. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. It's just time that we all realize it's okay.
Tree09 Festival, June 28th and 29th. Tickets are for sale right now. What's your best pitch for people, especially the music?
Oh, we have 16 bands over 2 days. Rex Road's building an outdoor stage for us, 4 food trucks, live glass blowing, 35 vendors. Fear of missing out. Come just to see it.
Our thanks to Heather Dabbas, organizer of the first ever Tree09 Festival, celebrating the cannabis industry in Illinois. Tickets to the events are at the Rust Belt, available at its website as well, therustbeltqc.com. Jonathan Turner is just as comfortable behind a computer keyboard as he is behind a musical one. An accomplished journalist and writer, Jonathan joined us on the stage of Moline Black Box Theater to perform one of his originals. So here's Jonathan Turner with Just a Midwest Boy.
Just a Midwest boy and a Jersey girl, alone in New York, alone in the world. Night after night, the boy and girl wondered if they'd ever find the one, or would their hungry hearts be forever born to run. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? To share with me the rest of my life. Just a Midwest boy and a Jersey girl. One day they met online, they let the feelings unfurl. With the touch of a mouse they clicked, got together the very next day. The date she was born, on their date she was reborn to stay. She felt, I found you, I found you. I found you, I found you for the rest of my life. Just a Jersey girl and a Midwest boy. She gave him hope, he brought her joy. Then one afternoon in June, she asked him to be his bride. Though it was raining out, the sunshine streamed inside. He said, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I love you for the rest of my life. Now we're so happy to be here on your wedding day, bask in your glow and let you know that we love you. 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 And we'll love you for the rest of our lives.
Jonathan Turner with Just a Midwest Boy, performed at Moline's Black Box Theater. There's a story in all of us, and for years the Midwest Writing Center in Rock Island has been helping writers better express themselves and find markets for their works. It culminates each year with the David R. Collins Writers Conference, coming up June 27th through the 29th at Augustana College. Organizer and Executive Director of the Midwest Writers Center, Ryan Collins, joined us. The conference is going to be a 3-day conference at Augustana. Mm-hmm. It's for all types of writers, is it not?
Yeah, all types of writers, all experience levels. It tends to be people who've maybe been writing for a little while and are kind of like looking to make that next step. But really, we get people at all stages. You know, we get people who've published books and are doing that kind of work, and we get people that are just kind of like putting their toe in the water for the first time and going to their first workshop and seeing what that's like. So it's a good combination.
Not every writer is the same. Some are far more gregarious than others, and others are very introspective.
Yeah.
But this conference really kind of allows people to, share some of their stories or at least get some feedback, which is always necessary?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of all of that. Like most of the workshops, they tend to be generative. So generating new material, or if you're working on a project, something that can kind of help you move the ball down the field, so to speak, on whatever that project is. But also, like a big part of the conference for us is community. I think a lot of people think of writing as this big solo activity and just people kind of like thinking, hard in their room alone.
In a room with a typewriter.
Right. Exactly. But I think like if you ask people who are doing the work, you find out that like most of those people are working in communities. They have writers groups that they share work with, people they trust to share their work and kind of celebrate each other. And so we want to try to help create that community, especially for writers who maybe don't have it. Because it helps a lot, because there's a lot of if you're going to try to publish, there's a lot of rejection involved in writing. It can be a tough road to hoe. And so the more you can kind of have people that are in it with you, that are kind of going through the same thing, that you can develop, those friendships and things like that, and kind of celebrate each other along the way, and the victories and publications and things like that. Share opportunities and things like, like not everybody knows about this submission opportunity and things like that. So we really want to foster that community, especially for people who are maybe new to it. And we want to foster it across genres, across experience levels, across demographics. We want a big, happy writing community in the Quad Cities.
It is the 27th through the 29th at Augustana. Tell me a little bit about your keynote speakers or your instructors. I mean, because you try to find a diverse group that can really help writers in this area.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, we want a diversity of styles. We want a diversity of people. They're all excellent writers. They're all award-winning. So we've got Darius Stewart, who's doing a lyric memoir class, which is, people, we know what memoir is, telling your own story, but like with a little bit more poetry to it, you might say. Like he's also got a background in poetry. So a little bit more lyrical, a little bit more musical, but still kind of telling personal stories in a deep, introspective way. We've got a poetry workshop with Sarah Lupita Olivares, who teaches at University of Illinois Springfield. She won a prize called the Canto Mundo Prize a few years back, which is a very prestigious first book prize. Actually, we had an instructor a couple of years ago, Gina Franco, who also won the same prize, who teaches at Knox, which is pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's not, having two people who have won that prize in relatively close proximity to here is pretty awesome. So, and then Chad Simpson, who is the only instructor who has taught at the conference before. He's a professor at Monmouth, and he's doing short fiction. He does all kinds of fiction, but he's coming back to specifically work on telling short stories. And then Rebecca McCanna, who just published her first novel, I believe, last summer, and who actually used to serve on our board of directors way back in the day. She worked for Modern Woodmen of America, who's a sponsor of the conference. And so it's cool that she's coming back and with success and having her first book. So we're really excited to see her and welcome her back. And she's got some ties to the area beyond that. She's got family around here. So it's cool that she'll be teaching for the first time, and feels like kind of a nice full circle moment.
Well, and like you said, I mean, getting published is such a major, well, first off, it's an ordeal for so many ways. But
tough.
I mean, it is a major accomplishment just to get published.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. I believe when she left here, she was starting her MFA. And for a lot of people, but not for everybody, that's one road that you can take that can help with those things. It certainly helps maybe being able to just spend time on your work and craft and dedicate yourself to it in that way. That's not always easy when you're working and family things and all the things in life.
Life happens.
Life happens, and as wonderful as life is, you got to make space. I once heard somebody say that like you're writing, you've kind of got to treat it like a garden. Like you've got to maintain borders, you've got to like take care of it and nurture it, because everything else that you do in your life is going to want to work its way in, which is great. That's a lot of good stuff. But if you want to do the work, you've got to make time, you've got to have some discipline, you got to care about it and want to do it. And this conference, I think, is one way of giving people an opportunity to at least spend a weekend together and get to interact with these writers kind of close up, see them perform, maybe read alongside of them. They're all speaking at the keynote, talking about really basic things like, why is writing important? Like, what got you started? We did this last year with the faculty, and we kind of didn't know how this community conversation thing would go, but it was really revealing. I think the writers really leaned into it. I think a lot of times writers get asked the same kind of questions, just like anybody else that does interviews and things like that. And so being able to go back to like the real core reason, like, why do you do this? Like,
and you really
what
have to do that, don't
Yeah.
you? You have to drill down and focus.
Yeah, I think it really helps to have a clear idea of like, why do I want to put words on the page? And especially like if I want to publish, like, why do I feel like I want to share it with somebody? Like having a clear idea for yourself about why you want to do that helps get through rejection and difficulty and just revision and the work that it is to do the writing, which is really rewarding, but it is work.
Well, let's be honest, it's very personal.
That too.
But you can't take the criticism personally. It just doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is.
It is a little bit paradoxical like that. But I think that's one of the good things about the conference. Like if you've never been in a workshop, if you've never been in a situation where you're getting constructive feedback about your work, you can't. You want you're hoping that the comments serve the work. But everybody's got to be on board for that, and everybody's got to participate in that way. And so when that happens, it can be really generative, but it is a weird push-pull because like I care about my work. It is often personal to people, but you've got to be able to like take a step back a little bit and hear what other people are saying, especially people who have a lot of experience, who have done it at a high level.
And who have also received that.
Right, exactly. They've been through the same thing. And like more likely than not, they're going to see things in your work that you're just not going to because you're so close to it. And that's a blessing, I would say. Like that's really, it's the thing I miss most about being in a graduate program, is that kind of built-in community and being around 10, 15 people who are dedicated to this work and care about it and are going to work not only to write the best work that they can, but to help each other write the best work that everybody can. And that's a great feeling.
Once again, the 3-day conference begins on June 27th. How can somebody register or get involved right now?
You can register online. We've got online registration is open. We've still got space in all the workshops, but they are filling up. We've got kind of hard class limits, so the classes can function. They can't be, we want them to be big, but not too big. So you can find us online, or you can give us a call at the Writing Center or stop by and we can get you registered and taken care of.
Ryan Collins from the Midwest Writers Center, organizer of this year's David R. Collins Writing Convention to be held at Augustana College. Now, you can go to the Midwest Writers Center website for more information and to register to attend the conference. On the air, on the radio, on the web, on your mobile device, and streaming on your computer. Thanks for taking some time to join us as we talk about the issues on the cities.
At IHM VCU, we've always been here for you. You are and always will be our top priority. We care about your financial health, and we are here. IHM VCU is a proud supporter of WQPT.
The future. That's where our minds are at Western Illinois University Quad Cities. We are innovators, searching for something new outside of the textbooks. Dog-loving, leadership-driven, world-changing. Whether you choose to study on campus or online, your future is designed on your terms. Start your future at wiu.edu/QC.
Public Affairs programming on WQPT is brought to you by the Sing Group at Merrill, serving the wealth management needs of clients in the region for over 35 years.